Imagine carrying the weight of an entire species on your conscience. You are Ender Wiggin, the child who saved humanity by committing xenocide against the Formics, only to spend the rest of your life running from the guilt of what you did. But now, centuries later, you have found a new purpose, not as a destroyer, but as a listener. Welcome to Speaker for the Dead, the profound, philosophical, and deeply moving second installment in Orson Scott Card's Ender Quintet. If you love complex moral dilemmas, first contact scenarios that challenge the very definition of alien, and stories that explore the redemptive power of understanding over violence, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in science fiction, blending the intellectual rigor of xenobiology with the raw, emotional power of a family drama set among the stars. The narrative kicks off on the planet Lusitania, a world where humans live in uneasy peace with two native sentient species, the gentle, tree-like pigoninos, or piggies, and the massive, intelligent hive queen of the Formics, whom Ender has been carrying in a cocoon for centuries. When a human xenobiologist is killed under mysterious circumstances, Ender arrives not as a soldier, but as a speaker for the dead, a person who speaks the truth about a person's life after they are gone. The atmosphere is thick with the humid heat of the jungle, the tension of cultural misunderstanding, and the creeping dread of knowing that one wrong move could trigger another war of extinction. Card excels at capturing the psychological depth of his characters, making every conversation, every ritual, and every revelation feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is the loss of our humanity. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular Xenolinguistics trope and the brilliant moral redemption dynamic. This isn't a story about space battles. It's about the brutal, exhausting work of trying to understand a consciousness that is fundamentally different from our own. Watching Ender and his sister Valentine navigate the complex social structures of the piggies, decode their rituals, and use empathy as a weapon against fear and prejudice is incredibly gripping. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the dialogue to life, making the quiet, intense conversations and the heavy silence of a world holding its breath feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular intellectual mystery and the sci-fi mechanics, the soul of Speaker for the Dead lies in its characters and the heavy burden of truth. Ender isn't just a hero. He is a deeply flawed individual, struggling to find forgiveness for a crime he committed as a child. The emotional anchor of the story is his relationship with his family, both the ones he left behind and the new ones he finds on Lusitania. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations about faith, biology, and morality feel just as impactful as the explosive, world-shattering revelations about the nature of the piggy's life cycle. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A religious fanatic threatens to destroy the fragile peace, forcing Ender into a spectacular, high-stakes confrontation that will decide the fate of 3 sentient species. The finale is a breathtaking display of intellectual brilliance, overwhelming emotional courage, and raw, unbridled compassion. Ender doesn't just solve the mystery, he bridges the gap between worlds, delivering a deeply satisfying, emotionally resonant payoff that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its ability to listen. Speaker for the Dead is a triumph of the science fiction genre. It is smart, terrifyingly beautiful, and unapologetically profound. Orson Scott Card has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate moral mystery. Plug in your headphones, open your mind, and join Ender. The dead are speaking, and their truth will change everything.